It may come as a surprise, but a frequent intake of the wrong kind of nuts can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by as much as 48%. 48%. And if you're over 65, that number should stop you in your tracks. Because this isn't just some internet claim. It's straight from a major study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, research that followed thousands of people over several years. And what they found was terrifying. It turns out that what kind of nuts you eat matters far more than we were ever told. Now think about that for a second. You've probably been told for decades that nuts are healthy. Heart healthy. Good for snacking. Good for your cholesterol. Maybe your doctor even said, just grab a handful a day, they're full of good fats. But what if I told you that some of the most common nuts, the ones found in your kitchen cabinet right now, may be doing more harm than good? See, as you age, your body becomes more sensitive to inflammatory fats and chemical additives. And certain nuts, the wrong ones, can quietly raise your inflammation levels, spike your blood pressure, stiffen your arteries, and even cloud your brain. And you might not feel a thing, until it's too late. Just one handful, and your risk of heart issues, joint pain, and even memory problems could silently creep upward. And here's the scary part, you wouldn't even suspect it. Because it's hidden behind a label that says, healthy snack. So if you're over 65 and still eating trail mix, roasted nuts from a canister, or grabbing a flavored nut snack from the gas station, this is your wake-up call. But listen, don't panic. Because while some nuts are secretly hurting you, others can actually protect your heart, nourish your brain, and ease those stiff joints. Yes, the right ones can help reverse some of the damage. And there's a reason some seniors in their 70s and even 80s are still thriving, sharper, stronger, more energized than they were 20 years ago. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. You just need to make 4 simple swaps, choosing the right nuts, and cutting out the dangerous ones. The best part? Most people, even your doctor, never talk about this. But today, we're going to change that. Because in this video, I'm revealing the 4 nuts every senior should eat, and the 4 you should avoid at all costs, especially if you care about staying independent, vibrant, and clear-headed as you age. Let's get started. Alright. Let's begin with the 4 nuts you absolutely should be eating, especially if you're over 65 and want to keep your heart, brain, and body running strong. Number 1, walnuts. These aren't just good, they're essential. Walnuts are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which your body needs more than ever as you age. Why? Because omega-3s fight inflammation. They protect your blood vessels. They even help keep your memory sharp by nourishing your brain cells. But here's the catch, you've got to eat them plain. No candied coating, no sugar-glazed shells. Just 5 to 6 walnut halves a day, raw or dry roasted, and you're feeding your brain some of the best fuel it can get. Number 2, almonds. Now these are your bone's best friend. Almonds are rich in calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals most seniors are low on without even realizing it. But here's what makes almonds special, they don't just help your bones stay strong. They also help stabilize your blood sugar, which becomes harder to manage as we age. A small handful, about 10 to 12 almonds, can support your bones, help keep your energy steady, and even give your skin a little glow. Number 3, pistachios. If you've ever worried about circulation, blood pressure, or cholesterol, this is the nut you want. Pistachios are high in plant-based protein and antioxidants, and they help open up blood vessels, improve flow, and reduce pressure on the heart. They're also one of the few nuts that contain L-arginine, a compound that supports blood flow and heart rhythm. Just a small handful a day can do wonders. Again, plain, not salted, not flavored. And finally, number 4, Brazil nuts. But listen closely, because this one comes with a warning. Brazil nuts are one of the richest sources of selenium, a trace mineral that supports your thyroid, boosts your immune system, and even sharpens your mind. But too much selenium? That can be toxic. So here's the rule, just one Brazil nut a day. That's it. 1. More than that can do more harm than good. But if you stick to one, it's like taking a mini multivitamin for your brain and hormones, all from a single nut. So there you have it, 4 powerful, nutrient-packed nuts that can help you fight inflammation, protect your heart, and keep your brain sharper for longer. But we're not done yet. Because while these 4 can help you thrive, there are 4 others you'll want to avoid at all costs, and chances are, you're eating at least one of them without realizing the risk. Let's get into those, right now. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin, the 4 nuts you should never touch, especially if you're over 65 and serious about your health. These are the ones quietly sabotaging your body. They might taste good, they might even come with a heart-healthy label, but behind the scenes, they're increasing inflammation, raising your blood pressure, and working against your longevity. Let's start with a big one. Number 1, salted peanuts, especially from vending machines or packaged snacks. Here's the truth, peanuts aren't even true nuts, they're legumes. And that matters, because peanuts often come loaded with cheap oils, excess sodium, and in many cases, even mold contaminants that can stress your liver and immune system. And vending machine peanuts? They're some of the worst offenders. Packed in foil, sitting for months, soaked in hydrogenated oils and enough salt to spike your blood pressure in minutes. You might think, it's just a handful, what's the harm? But over time, that small habit could be adding pressure to your heart, your joints, and even your memory. If you love peanuts, swap them out for almonds or pistachios. Your body will thank you. Number 2, candied pecans. Now, I know these are delicious, especially around the holidays. Sweet, crunchy, feel-good comfort food. But listen closely, the sugar coating on candied pecans turns something once heart-healthy into a metabolic disaster. That sugar spike raises insulin, triggers inflammation, and can worsen joint pain, brain fog, and even your risk of diabetes. If you've got arthritis, even just a few of these can leave you stiffer the next morning. Go with raw or dry roasted pecans instead, the flavor's still there, and so are the nutrients, without the damaging sugar load. Number 3, flavored cashews. Cashews themselves? Not bad, in small amounts. But once they're roasted and flavored, that's where the danger kicks in. Most flavored cashews are cooked in vegetable oils like canola, soybean, or cottonseed, which are known to raise bad cholesterol, increase inflammation, and throw your omega-6 balance completely out of whack. Even the ones labeled natural or lightly salted often hide these oils in tiny print on the back of the package. It's sneaky, and it's harmful. If you enjoy cashews, go for the raw, unsalted kind, and keep it to just a small handful, since they're higher in fat than most nuts. And number 4, pre-packaged mixed nuts, especially from canisters or tins. These are everywhere, in grocery stores, gas stations, pantries across the country. And they seem convenient, but that convenience comes at a price. Canister mixed nuts are usually made with the lowest grade nuts, cooked in cheap oils, coated with salt, and sometimes even dusted with chemical preservatives to keep them shelf-stable for months or years. They may look like a good deal, but they're a trap, full of empty fats, bloating additives, and ingredients that can quietly accelerate aging in your body. Instead, take control. Buy individual raw nuts, like walnuts, almonds, and pistachios, and mix your own blend at home. That way, you decide what goes in, and what stays out. Now think about it. These small decisions, the nuts you choose to snack on, might seem minor. But over weeks, months, and years, they add up. They can mean the difference between stiff joints and pain-free mornings. Between foggy thinking and a sharp, clear mind. Between a weak heart, and one that just keeps on beating strong, decade after decade. So if you truly want to protect your brain, keep your joints moving, and stay strong, steady, and independent as you age, let this be your takeaway. Not all nuts are created equal. Some will lift you up, nourish your heart, sharpen your memory, ease the stiffness in your knees. And others? They'll do the opposite. Quietly chip away at your health. One handful at a time. But now, you know better. So today, not next week, not someday, choose just one of the must-eat nuts we talked about. Add it to your routine. And at the same time, take a good look at what's in your pantry. And make the decision to let go of just one of the dangerous ones. It doesn't take a massive overhaul. It just takes one small, smart choice, made consistently. Because that single decision, that simple swap, it could add years to your life, and life to your years. Now let me ask you this. Which nut surprised you the most? Was it the Brazil nut, that one tiny powerhouse with such a big impact? Or maybe the peanuts, the ones that seem harmless, but can quietly wreak havoc on your heart? Are you already enjoying one of the good ones without even realizing how powerful it is? Or, have you been eating one of the wrong ones, thinking it was helping, when it might have been hurting you all along? That's the thing about nutrition at our age, the little details matter more than ever. One small change today can make tomorrow feel completely different. And you're not in this alone. Let's chat down in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's in your snack drawer right now? What will you swap out first? And hey, if you know someone, a friend, a partner, a neighbor, who snacks on nuts every day without giving it much thought, share this video with them. You might be the reason they avoid a health scare. You might be the spark that helps them feel stronger, clearer, and more alive. And if this helped you today, even just a little, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss a tip that could change your life. This is Thriving Age Tip, where we believe aging isn't about decline, it's about power, purpose, and making the second half of life the strongest yet. Stay sharp, stay strong, and above all, stay thriving. We'll see you in the next one.